So today, here with me again, Kalun, Sean, and here we have a special guest today with us, Adam, also known as 343. He's playing for Fnatic in Dota 2.
Oh, we can see here with the reveal of the bounty trying to go in on the line. Nice two-man's turn, and now with the spank coming in, a two-man's turn to follow through. Moving in with the right click, can they do it? They tried to dive on the line, but he's already got the war cry out. He's going to tune this one out. He is free for free now. It's DJ coming in the rotation. They will lose the line, but DJ turning up to make sure that the punishment is paid. DJ turning up, turning that kill right round into two for the side of Fnatic.
343 just buying so much time through juking around in the tree line.
So, welcome.
Thank you.
That was... Alright, let's continue with this. So, Adam, I think a lot of viewers want to know, like, how did you do it? How you get out there?
I start from scratch. I started playing Dota when I was 11. Like my best friend introduced it to me.
Dude, I thought I was your best friend.
That's new. That's something. My best friend when I was 11 taught me how to play Dota, and I just got really hooked onto it. I didn't see myself like having a career in esports itself, but as I continued playing the tournaments, the prize pool started getting bigger and stuff like that. And up until last year, like our government started recognizing esports as an actual industry, and they started supporting us. So I played for like JSC, Slowyard and CSW, and eventually I ended up in Team Taring, and we won Malaysia Cyber Games last year, which was the first time that the government actually held a tournament.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we got recognition from that, and I guess Fnatic saw me from there, and here I am today.
About that, right? I heard that you shook hands with the Prime Minister.
Yeah, it's an experience I'll never forget.
Feels good, man.
So, how do you see gaming industry in Malaysia expanding, or more people getting into professional gaming?
I think right now it's still a bit hard for kids to start professional gaming. It's so unstable. Like you could play for 3 years and literally go nowhere. The industry itself, I think it'll continuously grow, because right now the fact that our government is supporting esports has been recognized overseas, and there are countries that want to host tournaments in Malaysia, and it'll attract more international teams, more publicity, stuff like that. So parents will start to recognize that esports is legit.
But do you think like parents would take it seriously?
I think it's really depends on their mindset. Like old-fashioned parents, I doubt they will actually like allow their kids to take years of studies just to chase Dota. And to be honest, to do it in 1 year is kind of hard unless you're really, really talented.
Yeah, I agree, man.
You actually put your studies on hold to pursue this dream, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that people, if they have the chance to chase it immediately or try and finish up the degree, so eventually when they retire they can continue on doing a professional job?
Honestly, to me, I think you should get at least a diploma before you start. But if you hit your timing before you get your diploma, I think there's no reason you shouldn't do it. It's so rare for someone to stand out and get picked and be part of a really good team. So, I mean, if your chance is really up to par, I think you should. But if you're going into some random team just to play for fun and not go all out, I think studies are the main priority.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. It's like I believe like all of us here play games. I personally have 2,300 hours in Dota itself, and I am like just subpar at best. 3k, 3.5k MMR.
No, that
So
means
it's like,
no talent, bro.
no talent, man. That's why I got a degree. Just knew it.
I think like you have to really be honest with yourself if you want to chase something like this. Like if you think you can't do it, don't do it. If you want to do it, put in like 200% every day.
Damn.
It's like soccer or any sports you do. If you're gonna half-ass it, just don't waste your time.
So how long do you guys train before a tournament, and how important is stamina?
Basically our daily routine before tournaments would be we probably like have to be in our gaming room by 12 and we play for like 8 hours with like half an hour breaks in between for dinner and just like a break between the other series.
Yeah, how you do that? Like I play like one game of Dota, my eyes like feel like popping out already.
I think you get used to it, and at the same time it's also like, it's not only like we are just playing and then once we are done with the game we stop, we discuss, we watch our replay, and I guess at the end of the day, if what you do is productive, you don't really get tired from it. Like if you play 8 games and after the 8 games you don't learn anything, you're gonna feel like shit. But if you actually like learn something new and you know how to improve and how it gets better and you actually see results, I think it's pretty okay.
Words of wisdom.
Of course, of course.
It's
Words
life
from a
right
pro.
there.
I'm
So-
sure people want to know when you're playing tournaments, after you come out from the booth, what do you normally do in that period before you come back?
In between games, usually we just we analyze our mistakes and remind each other what we should fix about the next game and how to win. Because every game is a new game. Just because you lost the first game doesn't mean you're going to lose the second. After tournaments, if there's a second tournament upcoming, we'll probably just train for the next one. But if we have like a break after our first tournament, we'll probably like go around, sightsee or something.
So let's say TI, it's a lot of games in succession and it's a lot of days. Do you feel lethargic after a couple of days, or do you feel probably tired, mentally tired?
Yeah, do you get like jet lag if you go overseas?
I
That
personally don't get jet lag, but there are definitely people who do. But we usually go a few days earlier to fix the problem. Most teams do it.
affects-
And I think about pressure and stuff like that, like when you're playing, you don't feel it. Like you only feel it at the end of the day. Like if you play 8 games straight and you win all 8 games, you're just gonna be so energetic after that.
Yeah, aesthetic
But
high.
yeah, exactly. It's all about your mood. And I think this also, I guess it's a mentality. It's a professional gamers mentality that you need to have. You can't.
Sorry.
You first.
The industry, the esports industry in Malaysia, right? It's not as, it's not as widely accepted or developed compared to like South Korea or like those really big
China.
Yeah, China. So how is Malaysia even going to reach that level, given that you are the only so few? It's like you're pretty much the cream of the crop. And
I
how
think-
is like other people, like those younger kids that look up to you guys and I want to be the next.
I think right now the hardest part about chasing gaming as a profession is to get to an international competition. Once you hit your first international tournament, you get the exposure and you just become better. You're exposed to so much, and I think every player has to be able to learn from tournaments, during tournaments. So the challenge is to actually get to the tournament. Like we play online qualifiers usually, and even we have to go through them. It's not easy. Sometimes teams play a ping and stuff like that. And it's not only Malaysia, like most teams that compete are from Southeast Asia. So you actually have more teams to train with and more teams to practice. At the end of the day, I think it depends on your understanding of the game and stuff like that, which is like studying. If you read more, you learn more.
So like to become a pro footballer, right? There's like you just train your discipline, your diet, and all that. And all that stuff.
diet.
So like, what's the criteria of being like a pro e-sport kind of person? What's the thing?
I think the most general one, like everyone should have, is skill. Besides that, you have to probably have mentality. Mentality wise, I think it's about how you handle criticism and accept stuff from your teammates. Like if you can be mature about criticism and accept everything and always want to learn more, you'll always get better. And as long as you don't stop improving, you'll probably make it somewhere. Like it's never a problem unless you feel stuck. And when you feel stuck, if you are able to identify the problem, you can always move forward.
Okay, so like I'm pretty sure you guys heard this a lot before. Like, how does gaming make so much money? You know, like all those stereotypes. Like it's not supposed to be that way. So, like, what do you think about it? I mean, like it's almost about the same as every other entertainment.
I would say sports.
Yeah.
I think gaming wise, like what stands out compared to other stuff, other sponsors. And it's also that the gaming community is so big. Like maybe compared to a game like football, and everyone football, and it's the same with Dota or LOL or whatever esport you play.
Regardless if there's
always
viewership,
that common denominator, and there's viewership, and the viewership attracts sponsors.
Exactly. Like for example, Twitch, right?
Yep.
I heard so many people saying, how does streamers get so much money? It's like all they do is just play games and like stream.
But they
It's
make
kinda-
things entertaining.
Yeah, it's kind of pissing off for me to like explain to them all the time how they can get
We have two types of streaming websites. One is like Twitch, which you freelance stream on, and you get money from running ads. And we have the Chinese websites, Chinese streaming websites, which actually pay you yearly, like by contract. Like you have a quota, you have to stream maybe 80 hours a month, and there are ads and all. They're not going to pay you for ads, but they have like a contract and an established salary that they'll pay you yearly.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't get money from viewers. They get money mainly from.
The main source of income would be the website for Chinese streams, but there are also donations that go to you.
Alright.
Yeah. But that's not your main source of income. The ads are your main source of income.
So let's say when you're not playing a tournament, do you guys get some sort of allowance or?
We all have monthly salary, like a normal job. Outside that, Fnatic also gives us monthly allowance, like for the whole team, to like food and stuff like that.
Back to Cullen's point about people, I'd say these are more people professional jobs who complain that, oh, how come these kids, they're just playing games and they're getting tons of money from prize pool, but if you consider this a sport, let's say like football, they get paid millions, but their career is probably probably 17 years is half what a professional, let's say, engineer would be. So let's say for gaming, how long would an average gamer's career be?
I think it kind of hangs on how long the game lasts as well. Like maybe as a player, you could last about 5 years average, depending where you start. Like I'm 22 now, maybe I can play another 5 years. But if just so happens, something happens and I only play for 3 years, I have a lot of backup. I have hosting tournaments, I have casting, I have coaching. There are a lot of things that you branch into, and it's also still part of the same field. So it's kind of stable in a way.
So I'm pretty sure you already slightly thought of what you might go into.
Yeah, I actually have an interest in casting, but right now I would rather play and I want to win something.
There you go. It's a debut, man.
So let's say if you win the next coming TI, would you immediately retire on a high or continue on playing the game?
I'd definitely continue playing. I think it's too early to stop now, regardless. A good result it shouldn't imply that you have to retire. Like a good result would help you improve yourself, because more teams will look at you, more teams will study you, and in a way, when every team does that, it kind of increases the level of the game.
Cool. But isn't Fnatic like pretty, like you guys are pretty big of a deal, right? Like the brand itself is like out there.
Yeah, I think it's mainly because our CS team and LOL team are like top 3 in the world. I think our Dota side is top 6 maybe, and first in Southeast Asia. But right now, I guess in the end, it's like how you do in the biggest tournament, which affects everything the most.
There are only a couple. Oh, sorry.
Like you could be a top 6 team in the world, but if you get last place at TI, you're last. You know what I mean?
But there are only a couple of big sponsors in the gaming industry at the moment, right?
In the international scene, no. In Malaysia, yes. I think it's mainly because of other games like CS and stuff like that. It's been around for a very long time, and the Europe scene has always supported it. So, I guess ideally, the reason we took Fnatic was because the money and the professionalism is there, and it's an overseas company.
Oh, so you guys have a choice to choose like your sponsors, is it?
Basically, what we usually do is we just play with our sponsor, and the result attracts offers, so we take the best offer.
It's like same thing like any other sports as well.
Any other sports.
If you play really well, you get shoe sponsor,
Yep.
Adidas, Nike, and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
mean, if you're like you're a good player, like any football club would want.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I guess in a way it really works really like football. If you look like
Yeah, actually, it's
you look
kinda
at
like
China,
football.
China
Yeah,
Dota
it's-
scene.
I think in the international world it's not like that, but in China it is. China
They pay transfer fees, you know,
yeah.
for players.
China is basically is under this thing called ACE. It's like the whole. It's basically like soccer. You have clubs, and the clubs buy and sell players and stuff like that. Like everyone's contracted.
So how do they recruit all these younger players?
I'm not too sure actually. Like
football.
usually you just play pubs and you meet
Oh,
people and you just like the players pull other players.
There's a transfer fee, right, for like transferring players. Let's say you, like all the China players, they have like a transfer fee. So what do you think is your transfer price tag?
I have no idea. Like, maybe.
That's a lot of pressure to put on.
Dude.
Come on.
I think right now I'm still like too young of a player to have like any value.
That's too modest too.
Yeah, come on, man.
It won't be high, like honestly, compared to everyone else. I think I'm still quite new, like, and a lot of my teammates outshine me. So
But you do
Soon.
pick up a lot from playing with them, right?
I think my advantage is compared to them is that I learn very fast, and in time I will be better for sure. But right now it's still like on the lower side, so I'm getting there.
Cool. That's good to hear.
What's one really important thing that people who want to get in industry should know? The most important.
Talent, man.
I know you have no talent, but
I think one thing that's really important is the support of your family as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's
Yeah,
so
man.
like, I mean, it's something that is so like new. Their journey as parents. I mean, if you look at my mom, right?
You'll be afraid for
If
sure.
he wants to go into esports, right, there's like no way, no way that's gonna.
I think
Just unpack the knife sets.
I think that's what the gaming industry lacks. Its stability. Like putting in 5 years of your life into gaming doesn't equal that you'll be part of a good team or you'll have good results. In the end, it's based on your person. So I think, like compared to what Sean said, the most important thing I think is to know when to quit. Like you just have to be honest with yourself and realize that sometimes it's not the thing for you, and you go back to normal life, I guess.
So you gotta convince yourself that you suck up.
Basically, I mean, you can't hang on for like 3 years playing Dota and not doing anything with your life. Like that's definitely bad.
Right.
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 Anything more to add on?
Do you have like any pre-game ritual you do?
We usually like stand in a circle. We take a deep breath before every game on stage.
And then summon something.
Someone.
But when you get inside the room, right? When you get inside the room, how does it feel? Like.
Honestly, like when you enter a room, it feels good. Like everyone's cheering and stuff. But once you're in the game, like everything just zones out. Like you don't feel anything anymore.
So you don't get distracted at all, like.
You can't really hear much. You can hear cheering, but like unless you die or something in the game, you're not going to.
So if your girlfriend were to kiss you by the cheek, also you won't flinch.
I think I probably wouldn't. I'm not sure. I've yet to try that. But I think like when you're in the game and you're focused, you're really just 100% inside the game.
It's bad, man.
I mean, like just like a footballer.
I mean, I would
It's like
notice,
any other
but
sport.
Yeah, but footballer, you don't have people coming onto the field and kiss you, right?
Have you seen people running through the?
Yeah, but they stop the
field?
game. Yeah, they stop the game.
That's like the norm. But I think like esport in general, right? It's very interesting. Not just actually nowadays, esport actually is racking in more business than.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
not to
Sport
mention
itself,
the growth. It's like the first TI, the prize pool was only 1.6 million.
And
Like
given that,
3.2.
yeah, given that sports has been
last year itself, it was
15 maybe.
15 million.
Because it's the expansion of viewership. Back then it was harder to watch, but now it's now
Even
they
like-
have you can watch when people are casting and stuff like that.
I think it's also our culture. Like you don't not play games. Like there's
Yeah.
like what 5% of people who don't play games.
Even like when the first prize pool came out, I myself was shocked that it was 1.6 million.
It was 1 million.
Oh yeah, I mean first place was 1
Yeah.
million, right? It's like how amazing that can be.
Now it's 20 million.
It's crazy.
This year's 20 million.
Right now it's like 16 and a half.
Oh,
16.5
Yeah,
million.
and there's still 1 month to go.
Wow.
They'll probably reach like 18. To
But
20.
TI is like the
It's
highest, right?
it's like
tournament of
it's
the
the
year.
World Cup thing.
Yeah. Every year World Cup.
I mean, if really you win it once, like, I mean, I think you're set for life.
Oh,
Keep going.
keep going, man.
Keep going, man.
So, like, Sumail, he won his first TI, right? When he's, how old was he?
16.
17, I think.
17.
16 maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, like, you can see his career is like starting to shy away from the media already.
Yeah.
Do you think he would actually get another one, maybe? Hard to
I think it's hard to say. Like, a lot of teams are. You can't tell until the tournament itself starts. Like, a lot of teams, they adapt very well during tournaments, especially teams like EG and OG and stuff like that, which is what allows them to get championships. It's that you learn through tournaments.
Do you feel like those patch updates hamper a lot of some teams' playing styles?
Yeah, it does.
Man.
I think the best example would be Alliance. Like, their play style doesn't change every time
Red
the patch
Boys.
changes. Yeah, so
Red for
when
life.
the patch favors them, they win. When the patch doesn't, they don't.
So do you feel like you can adapt well to the changes of the patches?
I think compared to a few other teams, we are slower, but I mean, we get there, so it's fine.
Cool.
Actually, I think LoL's bigger than Dota right now, but
Yeah.
in Malaysia, I'm pretty sure Dota community is much bigger.
Really? Because like when I studied in US, I'm sure a lot of people talk about LOL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Even-
but
I think it's a country thing.
Even in UK, man, I only found one guy, whole freaking campus, only like one guy who plays Dota 2.
Like in Korea, I think right now, LOL is very big in Taiwan and Korea. And right now, Overwatch just came out and it's the most played game in Korea. Like within 2 months. Like,
Okay,
it's-
for me, right, because like I don't like Dota or LOL anymore. What's the difference? I mean, I used to Dota, but what's the difference between Dota and LOL?
LOL is bad.
I mean,
I think LOL is more user friendly. Like Dota is a bit more complex, in my opinion. I don't play a lot of LOL, so I'm not too sure.
but I've heard from some people LOL's a bit slow. The average game is longer than Dota.
No, man.
I don't think
it's
so. No,
not.
LOL is faster.
The average time of LOL is like
Half an hour to
Half-
40
yeah,
minutes, I think.
half an hour,
And
40.
Dota is like 45, maybe.
If you drag the game.
I think that's based on patch though. Like some patches are very fast. Like get 20 minutes games constantly.
right.
Sometimes you get 1 hour games.
So yeah, I personally myself, I played a bit of LOL when I was in UK. I think to generally pick up LOL is much easier.
Yeah, it's more
than
user
Dota
friendly
2.
compared to.
But then at the end of the day, when you want to get good at something, you obviously still have to spend lots of time
Yeah.
in LOL. I play LOL and then I picked up significantly well, but at the end of the day, when I want to perform and stuff like that, I still can't do it because I don't have the practice and stuff like that. So in
I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the hours and how much effort you put into every game. Like you can play 10 hours a day, but if you only put in if you don't put in 100% to win, you're not going to improve.
Yep.
So when you play Role 5 in Dota, right?
Yeah.
So do you, when you play by yourself, to actually get better knowledge of the game, I guess this will apply to any game in the gaming industry. Do you try to play other roles?
I always focus on playing other roles. I think in general the thing to improve on is the understanding of the game, and playing one role doesn't help with that. So like if I want to learn more about my own position, I just watch more games.
Yeah, man. See you online all the time. How many hours do you have?
I have no idea. Freaking a lot. I think in general, playing your role more in pub and in a tournament is two different things. Like it's just a different game, like pub and tournament. Tournament you have you command people and they listen to you and everyone works together to
It's
win.
like mainly teamwork.
Yeah,
You can like.
but in a pub you have to sometimes you get people who listen to you, sometimes you don't. So you generally just try to play roles that can win even though people don't lose.
So when you go to tournaments and you meet other gamers, are they only mainly from Dota, or do you meet like other CS:GO players or LoL or something like that?
Most of the tournaments are
Just
Dota
Dota.
focused, yeah, but we do have tournaments like ESL and stuff that sometimes host both at once. But it's very rare.
And yeah, TI. You qualified for TI, right?
Yep.
When are you going?
We are going to LA on the 10th for Summit, followed by
10th.
Star Island. Yeah, of July.
Oh,
This
this week.
Then we fly to San Francisco for Star Island.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Which
Seattle
part?
for TI. I have no idea.
So who does
Golden Beach.
your flights, your travel plan, and everything?
Basically, after you qualify, after the tournament invites you, our manager will contact them or they will contact our manager and they will just settle everything.
So everything is paid for.
Like all the visas and
The visa we will do ourselves, but our manager like helps us. Like I just got my US visa today. 10 years.
Amazing, amazing.
wait, is it travel visa or
Travel visa.
Travel visa.
Yes.
Dude, you're gonna get a hard time reaching the US, man. It's like 23 hours.
So I experienced
I
it
think it's
too, man.
it's
Really?
longer than 23 hours, including
It's
layover.
longer than 23 hours.
It's
Holy
including
shit.
layover. It's longer than that.
Really, it's like
Not
20.
looking forward to that.
But you love it there, man.
My
You
longest
love it
one
there.
was actually 32 hours.
Yeah, I had
Because
38.
you had 38.
I had 38.
My longest one was
Yeah.
32 hours.
Sounds like I'm gonna have fun.
But then you're gonna definitely be taking business class. So.
No, not really. Like, most of the times we get economy class. Like there's like in very few situations.
Maybe it's TI, they want to pamper you and stuff like that.
Maybe. Hopefully.
When you do travel as a team, before you reach tournament, do you like wear your own clothes or must you wear uniforms?
Usually we just wear our own stuff. Then at tournaments, usually every team has their media day. Like a day, they just set a day for whoever wants to interview and for photo shoots and stuff for their videos. So outside of that day, we just casual.
Let's say if like as a kid, like I mean I remember watching you playing in your room when you were like young, right? So let's say right there was the same kid like you doing the same exact thing. What are you gonna tell him if he's watching the video? If you can, if you can go back.
To be honest, I wouldn't advise anyone to stray into this path right now. I think it's really, really risky. Like you can be good, you can be the best at someone, and you might not get recognized. It all depends on luck as well. Like everything plays a part. You can be good, but you might not have the right attitude, or you might have to focus on school. And there's so many factors that can just block you.
But don't you think that it's better to jump in when you're young with no family commitments and stuff like that?
I think it's.
Yeah, man.
I think you have commitments to like studies and stuff like that. You can't like totally ignore it.
It's like,
I think the ideal timing to start would be after your diploma. That way you have a fallback and you have somewhere to go. But at the same time, if you don't play Dota while you're doing your diploma, you're not going to
Yeah, that's true.
be good enough when you come out. There's a time restraint on everything.
Wouldn't it be best if you know that you should focus on just doing this?
Yes, but I think Dota in general is like a lifestyle. Like even outside the game, we think about the game, we talk about it. Like maybe maybe we play 8 hours a day, but another 4 hours we are with each other having dinner and stuff like that. And we're talking about it, and I think that's what makes the team connected. Like everyone understands everyone, and I think that's what it takes to become the best team. Individual wise, I think if you can zone out most things in your life, it's easy, but at the same time it's such a sacrifice to make without having stability.
Should be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm in the startup world, so like building a business is totally different than going into the gaming world per se, because like you're risking so.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, you're
in
putting
a way,
a lot.
it's sort of the same thing also, because if you're trying to do startup, you're also risking a couple of years of your life.
there are similarities for sure, but there are also differences, I guess. Like,
Yeah, but it's just that like you're the thing about gaming is
I
that
feel like it's more risky. It's
yeah,
like
gaming is much.
either you
riskier.
have the talent or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's all about
dedication
skill.
wise, if you have the dedication and stuff, it will only bring you so far, right? With the talent.
We used to play so often, like before I joined Fnatic, I used to play so much and we didn't get salary and we didn't have sponsors and stuff like that. It's all about this sacrifice. Like, if I look back, I would say I'm stupid for doing this. But I'm just one of the lucky ones that made it here. That's why I don't think, like, ideally you wouldn't want to chase this if you have stability.
I just thought of this question because, like, in all, let's say, sports profession, when you actually do the professional side of it, are you actually working or are you playing? Are you having fun or not?
I think it's part of both. Like, there are times where you have to really take it like a job. Like, let's say I play 8 hours and I want to go to a friend's birthday, but I have a tournament the next day. That's when you have to be professional about it and not go.
Yeah,
but
true.
at the same time, when you're playing the 8 hours, you can't, like, it's a job, I have to be like this. You also have to enjoy yourself. Like, even though it's a job, doesn't mean you can't enjoy it.
Yeah, there's a sense of flexibility in it.
It's like, it's just about true discipline.
Yeah.
True
It's
discipline.
like you know where to draw the line for yourself.
I see.
Man, good advice.
That's actually pretty good. Because I wouldn't think that, you know, you're in the gaming industry. I would think that, okay, you're playing game because you're making a living out of it. You're all work. I think some people lose joy in a game.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you play so often, right, then it's like, usually we play games, right, it's just to have fun, right? But then when you do it so often, right?
Yeah, it kind of becomes
Yeah.
a chore. But I think right now we're playing to win, and it's not that we don't. I think it's also the people around you that make you enjoy it. And like I say, if you don't feel stuck, you always have motivation to keep going. It's when you get stuck for a long time that you really feel very tired and worn out.
Yeah, man. Can imagine.
Especially it's like when you're playing futsal, you know, you play to win. So you win, you're like, oh yes, you know, you want to play some more, right?
Yeah.
I think we should end it here. So if you like this video, you like it, dislike it, if you don't like it, follow us on Twitter, Bonside, XYZ.
Hey guys, if you like the video that you have watched, do subscribe to Bombsite. If you're a blog, brand, startup company that needs help in web design or web development, do check out this website here. We could really help you a lot. On a side note, bombsite.xyz is a legit website that we hacked a couple of days ago. It's a food review site that allows you to leave honest reviews through a rating of bombs. But we have plans to transform it into a discussion platform where it allows you to have discussions about real stuff. I know, we are planning to rebuild the whole website from ground up. So subscribe to us and we'll definitely let you know what are the upcoming plans for the website. Thank you.